table completion, which is a question type in listening module. Remember, we are going through all the question types and providing you pointers and the examples of listening modules. If you continue with us, you will see all the other modules as well, like reading, writing, and speaking. Okay, let's proceed. So what is this table completion anyway? You will be given a table, and in where some of the information will be there, but some missing, right? So for example, we have here a statement provided, and here there'll be a blank again, statement provided. So table completion is nothing but you complete the table, you fill in the table, right? Let's proceed then. It is similar to sentence completion. For example, we have a sentence and we have some blank. Then we have another sentence with a blank. The only difference is this will be in the form of a table. So what will be the major differences when you're forming a table? Yes, you thought of it. I think you got it right. It has to have columns as well as rows. That's the major difference in a table compared to sentences, right? Now let's see an example so that you get clear what will be asked in exam or what kind of question will come up. Table completion looks like this. In here we have some we have some instructions to write, we have word count, and here we have the questions. You see, questions are written as numbers, as you can see here and here and here, all these things. Let me just clear it up so that you can do it. Now I'll be playing the audio for you to practice. Just beginning, of course I'll be providing you pointers later, but first you just do it and see how it works. It'll take you not more than 2 minutes, right? So be ready for the audio.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
By the way, how much will I have to pay in fares?
Well, you can get a ticket on the bus for $1.80 cash, and you'll need $10 each way for the train. Wait, do you have a travel link card?
No, but I can get one before tomorrow.
Okay, well that'll make it considerably cheaper then. The bus will cost $1.50 each way, and the train to Harbour City will still cost $10 because you'll be travelling during peak hours in the morning, so no savings there, I'm afraid. However, if you could come back at an off-peak time...
What does that mean?
Well, if you could start your return journey before 5 p.m. or later than 7:30 in the evening...
Actually, I wasn't planning on coming back till at least 8 o'clock anyway.
Oh, in that case, you can make quite a saving if you use your travel link card. You did say you were planning to purchase one, didn't you?
Yes, I'll pick one up later today.
Good. That would mean your return train journey would only cost you $7.15 with your card.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Actually, there is. Do you know if I can use the travel link card on ferries?
If you're thinking of the Harbour City ferries that go back and forth between the North and South Bank, those are the commuter ferries, then yes. A one-way trip costs $4.50, but with your card you'd make a 20% saving and only pay $3.55.
So $3.55 for the commuter ferry. What about the tour boats?
You mean the tourist ferries that go upriver on sightseeing tours? No, they only take cash or credit card. They're not part of the Travel Link company.
Oh, I see. I don't suppose you know the cost of a tour?
In actual fact, I do, because I took a friend on the trip upriver just last week. We decided on the afternoon tour, and that was $35 each, but I understand that you can do the whole day for $65.
Thank you. You've been a great help.
My pleasure. Enjoy your day out.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, so we are back. I hope you find all the answers, and let's see what is the solution for this. Solution is number 1, 1.80, 7 second, 7.30, third, 7.15, 9th, commuter, and 10th afternoon. Okay, if you got all correct, wonderful. If not, don't worry, the pointers is gonna help you to go through this. And what are these pointers? We have discussed it earlier. Pointers are just tips or tricks or some kind of advices that can help you to go through the answer or questions and find the answers easily or quickly. Yeah. The first one is rows and columns. Most important in a table. I think we talked about it, that in a table, there's the only difference than, fill in the blanks. You have rows and columns which provide information about what will be in below that. So look at here. Let me just get rid of some of the parts so that we can focus on rows and columns. And let me zoom in. If you look here, we have cash fare, card fare. So when they talk about cash fare, they're going to talk about in this column. When they talk about card fare, they're going to talk about this column. When they talk about transport, what kind of transportation is used, we are going to talk about this column. Now look at the rows, right? Bus, when they talk about bus, cash fare, they're going to talk about this row. Same way, for train in peak, they're going to talk about in this row. This will give you information, or the rows and columns will provide you information what will be here. Or in a way, you can predict from here using rows and columns. Yes, let me show you an example. Bus for card fare will be 150. For train peak will be 10 for both. For train off peak, it will be 10. It's the cash fare. You can see it's what provides us information, that is the column and the row. When you coincide this, you come here. This is the cash fare for the train which is off peak. Blank ferry, that is the commuter ferry, have we seen the answer, will have 450. So rows and columns are important. When you're given time initially, that is some time, for example 30 seconds, they say please go through this kind of question. Please underline the rows and the columns. That means what kind of information I'll be hearing, I should be aware of. That kind of info is important. Okay. Next one is this thing I've shown you, that we have bus and they have given bus for this. We have 150 for the card fare. Now, next one is prediction. Prediction is of utmost importance. We have seen the same one in our previous one, that is form completion. What is prediction? That you predict the answer, which might be the answer, or at least you get close to that. Here it's easier actually. So when you look at it, for this one, let me just get rid of some of them and zoom in so that we can focus on. So sixth one must be a number because they have mentioned $sign, right? Seventh one must be a time. You can predict it. Eighth one must be also money. I mean some number. And ninth one, a kind of ferry. Ferry is a kind of boat which is used to transport people from one point to another in water, in sea or river. So this must be a type of ferry. So hence you won't expect a number here. If you expect a number, it's incorrect. If you expect a time, it's incorrect. You have to expect a type of ferry. This is called predicting. This expecting is called predicting. It helps you to listen to the audio and come up with your answer. All right. The last but not the least is the unit. In tables, when we see units, what I mean by units is, look here, they have mentioned dollar symbol. Here they have mentioned PM. Here they have mentioned dollar again. First of all, as we have seen in instructions in question type 1, which is form completion, we talked about if unit is provided, you don't have to write it. Now they're going to say, let's say 150. You don't have to write again $150. Or if they provided PM, you don't have to write PM or AM again. Okay. Second thing, with the unit, you can guess already what will be the answer. So these units are very important for us. Not just for predicting, but also take care of them. If they have included them, don't write it there. If they have not included them and they are talking about it in the audio, please mention them. For an example, they have not mentioned this. So then you have to write $150. If they have not mentioned this, you have to say PM, whatever PM it is here, 5 or 6 or 7, whatever it is, right? So I hope you got the meaning of this unit thing. One more thing which I have to talk about is the number of words mentioned in the instruction is also important. I didn't include it here because we have seen it earlier in question type 1, that is form completion. If you have not gone through it, please go through it. Number of words are important and you should know how many I can use. For example, here there's just one required in this kind of question, and hence we cannot write more than one. Okay, cool. That's the end of the chapter.